What is going on, everybody? Prof Jeff's here, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play episode. And in this episode, we are going to be heading over to the village, and we are going to be starting working on, I mentioned before, we're going to be doing a auto chicken farm. And I just wanted to say I'm a little delayed with this video, and I apologize for that. I had some family over this weekend, and also prepping for this video has taken a lot longer than I wanted, but that's also what I was mentioning earlier on in the series as it progresses, and I need to come up with more and more builds. It's going to take a lot longer to kind of work everything out. So, over the weekend, I kind of tried tinkering with stuff, and normally I would do it on camera, or more or less in the video. I would start the video, and then I would tinker with stuff, and then we would go about and do our things. But I decided in this video to just to save a bit of time because I was having, like I said, I was busy on the weekend. Just to save a bit of time, I figured out what we're gonna do, and we're gonna try to build it. The only problem is I've figured out how the uh, whole project's gonna work, but I haven't really figured out how it's gonna look. I kind of have some ideas. I've looked up pictures of chicken coops and stuff, and I kind of know what I want to try to make. But let's head over to the village and try to get the more redstone technical side of the project done and up and running, and then we'll work on how it looks. So I'll meet you guys there. We are at the village, and as you guys can see, we are in the upper courtyard. So we are going to be starting to work up here and start our expansion into this new area of the base. Like I said, I'm still going to be working on the other parts of the base, but this is where all our more high, not high tech. Some of it's gonna be high tech, but are more like animal. Like we're gonna have our barn we're gonna make for our sheep. We might have a cow farm up here, some pigs, some other farms. We'll have to see. But we're gonna be focusing on the chicken farm for today. So I did a bit of work on it, nothing too much. I just set up. So this is going to be the base of our chicken farm. Here is a item filter that I have set up just for eggs, and this is going to be our main way of getting our eggs to auto resupply the chicken farm. So let's see. I sometimes have a hard time talking in building, so I'm gonna try to more explain it after it's built, especially because I don't know what I'm doing exactly. When it comes to building the outline of it, we'll try to work on that together and come up with some ideas. But this is the idea. So I'm going to have two sections. So there's going to be the one section that has the chickens in it that are always there. We're going to pretty much pump as many chickens as we can get into there without them dying. I'll have to look into suffocation because we really don't want these chickens dying. Because it will clog up the system. But also, we're not going to be killing chickens in there. We're going to have them laying eggs into an auto dispenser system, and we're going to we're going to have it so this is blocked in like this, and then we're going to have another section over here where we actually have the chickens that we kill in. Going to look something like this, like that. So yeah, this is the idea. I'm gonna do a bit of work on this and sleep through the night, and I'll show you guys once we made a little bit of progress. Okay, so a bit of time has passed, and it is very much messy. Uh, but that's kind of also what I expected. So that's why I was saying I have the basic idea done, but we'll work on making it a lot nicer. Um, I threw some chickens in just because I wanted to get rid of some eggs, but I wanted to wait with you guys to do it, most of it. So this is the idea for it. We have this very interesting elevator that I had to come up with, which is a dropper to dispenser elevator for the eggs, but I'll show you guys how it works. So we throw eggs in here. And as you can see, it throws the chickens here, and then the chickens are going to fall into here. This is going to be our main chicken area. This is where we're going to have all the chickens who we are going to kill. And we have a bunch of hoppers on the ground to collect their drops. And then, of course, oh man, elytra wings are so nice. Then, yeah, all the drops will accumulate all into one area. I have all the droppers leading to one. And then eventually they'll come here to a chest where we'll have, we'll probably actually do some storage behind here or something. We'll come up with a system. I'm going to have the whole bottom cut off, and we're going to have probably some space underneath so we can have some chests and stuff. But the idea is we're going to make it so none of this is going to be showing. So we don't want to break any of the redstone, but we can pretty much break all the stone at the bottom here. Oops. Except for that. That was our redstone repeater. If you guys want me to go more in depth into the redstone, I can. It's not the most complicated thing ever. But just let me know in the comments if this was good enough, or if you guys want to see more of the process of building the redstone, because I can show that as well. It's just a little more complicated, but I'm sure we could figure something out if that's what you guys are interested in. But let's keep building. So more progress has been done, and I am super happy with how it's coming so far. But the next step in the build is going to be working on how the front is going to look. But before we do that, I'll show you guys what I have so far. So I showed you guys most of this, but we have all the wiring kind of cut off. I have it all down here, and it's all should be not exposed. This is where the chest comes with the oh man, I'm blanking. With the items from when we killed the chickens. And I'll show you guys how we get there. So we have this little section. I'm still working on it. I'm going to add some railings in and stuff so we can chill up. And then it's going... I might even back it up one more so that this is too wide out here. That way we can actually get a bit more of a standing room. I might even look into redoing this depending, and maybe just having it a little section go up to the right, because this is how we're gonna have it. So we're gonna have the one door here. We have in here our chickens. So as you guys can see, there's some chickens, small chickens. It is working as intended. I don't think I've heard any go off since I've been recording, but right before I started recording, we had it go off. And shoot some eggs, but let's head up and look at that part of the build. Oh, I did a good job pretty much getting rid of everything. I guess, yeah, that's just in here, right? So we have our droppers. We just gotta make sure all the dispensers. Okay. The one key thing about this build is making sure that nothing is in the dispensers and stuff that we don't want. Because if there is, then it just clogs up the whole system. But from the looks of it, we're good. Nothing in the hoppers other than what we want. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, you guys just heard it. It just went off and shot. So that's just the process. Actually, that's what I wanted to check on. I want to check on the little chicken, the spot where I have the chickens for it, which is... I gotta find that. Okay, yeah, I found it. It's right down here. Oh, we just saw the egg shoot pass. So as you guys can see, the chicken space is pretty good. I don't think I want any more chickens than that. It might get a little too cramped. We do have a wasted dispenser over there just because I was using it to, instead of throwing the eggs, it was a little easier. But let's just cover this up. And that's pretty solid. So we pretty much have a fully operational chicken farm. Well, we do. And all that we have to do is make sure that none of those guys end up dying when we're by suffocating and clogging up the system, and also, you know, nothing happens to them. I don't know what it could happen to them, but let's work on the front of it. So yeah, that's the bottom. The bottom is right here, so this works anyway. So For the build, I was thinking we do something like this. I want some spaces like this. Actually, on this side, it's not as important, but on this side it is. Because that side, we're going to have it open up because that's where our doorway is. We're going to have white. Like that, and then red. And let's see how that looks. Something like that, and then in the very center we can have a white strip. We'll see how that looks. Something like that. Kind of looks cool. And then, not the design I was going for, but it's kind of hard to make diagonals in Minecraft, which is kind of unfortunate. But other than if I had this a little bigger and made it wider. Okay, so this is not exactly what I thought. I thought this was 11 wide and it's 12 wide, so we have a bit of an issue with my idea of how I was going to design it, but I kind of changed it. I don't know how I really like that, um, but I think I am going to try to add another little layer on top and see if that looks nice. But yeah, we'll check that out. So we are now working on the roof, and I'll try to talk and build a little bit, but I've had a bit of a realization. I'm having a really hard time trying to film while I'm building. It's definitely something that is not easy, and I am definitely struggling with. I'm not the best builder in Minecraft as is, and so that doesn't really help things necessarily. So, hopefully, again, as the series progresses, we can get better. But I'm gonna try my best to improve. Let me guys let let me know if you guys have any suggestions on any ways to make these building episodes better. If you have any ideas, I don't have enough wool because I just have sometimes a hard time talking and trying to think, uh, especially when it's like two different things. Like I'm trying to talk about something and build something, especially when it's more or less decorative. Uh, when I'm doing redstone and stuff, it's almost just as complicated sometimes, but at least I can kind of talk my way through the process and do that a little bit. But in the future, I'm going to be trying to make these building episodes a little bit better, and I just wanted to apologize for the quality of this video. It's not going to be the longest one, but I hope you guys do enjoy it, and hopefully this build does look good in the end. But that's one thing I think I'm going to try to sacrifice a little bit of how things look for trying to make it so it looks better, because again, this looks weird because it's off-centered, which is weird. Why is it off-centered? Oh, because that is actually like that. So yeah, I need to bring this down one, and it should be good. This was a perfect example of what I was getting at, though, just there, is that when I'm building and trying to talk, I'm not always thinking things through 100%, and I do end up having to go back, and I waste a lot of time and stuff. So hopefully we can kind of uh, cut that out in the future. But I think I'm going to try to sacrifice sometimes how the builds look to make the videos a little better. So if things do look a little wonky, it might just be because I'm trying to keep the footage rather than just cut everything out and, not have any actual footage of me building. Because I do record a lot and talk a bunch while I'm building sometimes. And, if I don't end up using a certain way the build looks, I don't add that whole section in and I lose that bit of content. So trying to find a balance is definitely something I'm trying to achieve. And that is another reason this video was very delayed, and I do apologize for that. But hopefully, as I said, as we continue to move forward in the series, that works itself out a little bit. So that does look a little odd, but I have an idea on how to fix it. Well, I don't think that looks horrible, all things considered. I might play around it with it a little more. I could add possibly a bit of red in the top there, and maybe at the sides. I'm not entirely sure. Kind of want to keep the border, so yeah, I might try to add some red in there, just at the top there, and then maybe in there. I want to keep the white borders kind of going all around, but we can add that and see how that looks. And then we just have to do a bit of the far side, and then we're done. So again, it doesn't look perfect, but honestly, I'm actually pretty happy with how it looks. I like how the wood and stuff looks. Okay, my sword's in my inventory. That's not work. I have a little bit of a, um, for lack of a better word, PTSD. It's nothing obviously near as intense as actual PTSD, but I just get very anxious sometimes when I lose my weapons and tools in my inventory, because one day when I was doing some farming off camera, it was early on in the series. I was heading towards the stronghold base. Thankfully, I think it was right after I got the netherite tools. I was boating over to the end, and I accidentally pressed Q and dropped my pickaxe. And I was swimming in the ocean and I couldn't find it, and it was lost forever. And thankfully, it wasn't my brand new netherite pickaxe. That's what I was saying. Like, it was just a diamond pickaxe, but it was a nice enchanted one. Wasn't the end of the world because diamonds, it's not something I really have to worry about in this world. Like, our village is taking plenty care of that. I don't even really have to mine. And when I do go mining, I do find tons of diamonds as is now after after the start of the series when we couldn't find any diamonds in caves. But that was also just my inexperience with the all the new updates and the new cave systems and stuff. So now that I'm a little more experienced with that, it's a lot easier. But let's go check out, see how many chickens are actually in here now that we've been working away a little bit. Okay, so it seems like it's pretty cool. Okay, not too many chickens right now, but again, we haven't really been doing too much work on it since we put those chickens in. Uh, I also do need to get some more oaks so we can get the sides on. And then that's just about it, I think. Okay, now to put the few finishing touches on this. I don't know how this is going to go exactly. Something like this. Gonna have to deal with lighting. Um, then we got in here. Got this chicken. Um, we then also have to set up the collection system. We want to go in here. And we want to mirror this on the other side. So, like this. And we'll put the glass in. Like so. And then one final thing to do. To head on to the roof. And then finish up with our stairs. That one was not placed properly. And then just place these last stairs. I was gonna have this as like a half hanging to one side, but coming from far away, it didn't look right. So let's see how it looks now. If it looks good. Because this is the view of when we're coming in, so we'll hopefully it looks fairly solid. And then I do it. Yeah, I still have to add the wood in. Let's hope we can get a nice. No. Okay. Yeah, I still have to add the wood up, so we'll do that, and then I'll just have to make sure the system for the loot is working properly, which it should be for the most part. It's just setting up a chest to it, and then it should be pretty much fully operational. The only loot we got right now is eggs, but that's not the end of the world. If I want to, I could eventually set up some sort of sorting system down here for it to auto sort itself, but that's pretty much set. As I've said, like, I am super happy with the way this turned out in the end. Uh, it's kind of frustrating, personally, just trying to put these kind of videos out, just because, like, I do want to make the best content I can, and sometimes these videos are a little lackluster, but again, hopefully, you know the first step to improving is figuring out there's an issue, and hopefully, again, we can get that sorted out. The one thing I wanted to do before we end this video is I want to go check out. So the kind of thing I wanted is, we want all our farms kind of to be in similar areas. That way they're all running when we're in the same area. So I want to go check on, we have down here the auto sugarcane farm. Okay, that was I was most worried about. I didn't hear any things. I could have just checked the chests to make sure they were working, but I wanted to see for myself. So let's check. These chests were empty when I started, so let's see how much we got. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Probably like 14 stacks, I would say, just off the top of my head. But that's amazing. And the minecarts are still running, which was one of my concerns. I was unsure how they would work with chunk loading and not. I'm probably add a little more detail to this. Like, we'll probably put a garden down here or something. But I do like the way it looks for the most part. But that's going to be all for this video, everyone. Hopefully you did enjoy. It wasn't the most exciting video, I know that, but it was fairly productive. We got what we wanted done, and hopefully the episodes can keep coming as we've seen them so far. We have a lot of space to work with, so I'm gonna keep building. I have a really cool idea for a sort of mage tower for our kind of personal lair up here. I kind of want it somewhere in this area, but again, that's going to have to. It's going to be an interesting build. I got a picture. The problem is I have pictures in my head, and it's a lot. It's sometimes hard to make those come to place in Minecraft. But also, we got our mini iron golem farm. We could just start killing all these guys for all the iron we want. Oh man. And then our trap sheep over there. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button. It really supports the channel. And if you are new, subscribe. That way you get notified every time I post a video. And if you do have any feedback on how to improve the videos or anything, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll sure to I'll sure to read your input. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.